Hey, thanks for joining me. In today's video, I am back in the kitchen and I'm going to be making two fall-inspired recipes. The first recipe is going to be baked pumpkin goat cheese Alfredo with bacon. That sounds so delicious. I have never had this. I actually really love goat cheese in pasta and even salads, and bacon in pasta, that always goes together too. I've never tried pumpkin in it though, so I am really intrigued by that. I know my last fall video, I had a few people comment saying that they don't like pumpkin at all. And for this recipe in particular, I think it would be fine to omit the pumpkin and just make it regular. So if you don't like pumpkin, but you like all the other ingredients, I would try making it but leaving out the pumpkin. And the second recipe is a dessert recipe. It is a white chocolate pumpkin snickerdoodle cookie, and that sounds so good as well. Never had that recipe either. So both of these recipes are new to us. This is going to be the first time making and trying them. I will have both of them linked in the description box down below so that you can try them for yourselves. I have all the ingredients laid out and ready for the pasta dish, so I'm going to just tell you guys what you need. One package or 16 ounces of, I don't know how to say that, Solentani.
Solentani?
This pasta, Solentani, I'm probably not saying that right, but you are going to use this one or spiral pasta. I already have this cooking on the stove behind me because you do have to pre-cook the pasta before putting it in the dish to go into the oven. You'll need 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic minced. I always use the pre-minced stuff. Get that one from Costco. 2 shallots minced. I already did that off camera. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 cup of whole milk, and a half cup of canned pumpkin puree. So we got that. 4 ounces of crumbled goat cheese, a half cup of grated Parmesan. I think this one's grated and this one's shredded, but I usually like to use both. So I might use half and half of that. And you'll need a half teaspoon of white pepper. You're gonna need 2 tablespoons of fresh sage. They didn't have it at the grocery store, and I already have ground sage on hand, so I'm just gonna use that instead. For the toppings, you are going to need 16 ounces of bacon. I actually have mine cooking in the oven right now. Since I had to make so much at one time, I decided to put it in the oven instead of pan fry it. Number one, I don't like pan frying any bacon at all because it gets the house really smoky, and I always end up burning myself. It like never fails. I even have those like nets that you could put on top to avoid grease splatters. Still happens to me. So I found this hack on Pinterest a couple years ago, but you just put the bacon in the oven instead of pan frying it. So you get a cookie sheet, parchment paper, preheat your oven to 400 degrees, lay the baking slices in one single layer and pop them in the oven for 12 to 18 minutes. I'm doing 18 minutes. My oven seems like it cooks a little bit slower. So I'm doing the full 18 minutes because I want it extra crispy for this pasta. It is going to get mixed in like on the topping, but I want it to remain pretty crispy. So that's a little bacon hack for you if you don't like pan frying it like I don't. And then you'll also need 2 more ounces of crumbled goat cheese and another 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. You'll need a large saucepan. You're going to add your 4 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Next, add your shallots. And your garlic. Let this cook for 1 to 2 minutes. Next, you're going to add the other 6 ingredients. 1 cup of milk, 2 cups of heavy cream, of pumpkin, 4 ounces of crumbled goat cheese, a half cup of Parmesan cheese, half teaspoon of white pepper, and again I'm just going to use ground sage in place of fresh sage. Sprinkle some of that. Now you're going to reduce the heat to low. Let this cook for 6 to 8 minutes, stirring constantly. Next, you are going to turn the heat off, drain your pasta, and then add your pasta slowly to the cream sauce. Get a 9x13 dish and grease it. I just used some Pam spray. And now we're going to pour the pasta and cream mixture into the baking dish. Next, you're going to top it with your bacon. This is how the bacon turned out from being cooked in the oven. And now I'm just going to crumble it on top. Add 2 more ounces of goat cheese. And 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. This time I'm going to use shredded. Cover it in foil and then bake in the oven for 15 minutes. While the pasta's in the oven cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the dessert. It is white chocolate pumpkin snickerdoodle cookies, and I have all of the ingredients laid out. I'm just going to tell you what you guys are gonna need for this recipe. You'll need a half cup of unsalted butter melted. So I have the half cup right here. 1/4 cup of light or dark brown sugar, a cup of granulated sugar divided, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I don't have pure vanilla, this is just imitation vanilla, but that's what I always use. 6 tablespoons of pumpkin puree. This is the same can from dinner, so I'm just going to use the rest of it. 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and a half cup of white chocolate chips. So first I'm going to melt the butter in a microwave bowl. After you're done melting the butter, add 1/4 cup of brown sugar and whisk until there's no longer any clumps. Whisk in your vanilla. And add your 6 tablespoons of pumpkin. And you're going to set that aside. Then get a large bowl and add your flour, salt, baking powder, baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. stir those ingredients together. Oh, it smells like Thanksgiving in here. Oh, it smells so good. All this together smells like Thanksgiving. Next, you're going to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Then you're going to fold in your half cup of white chocolate chips. Now you're going to cover the dough and pop it in the refrigerator to chill for 30 minutes. It is out of the oven. So once you put the cover on, you bake it for 15 minutes. Then you take the foil off and bake it for another 15 minutes. And then broiling the top is optional, but I wanted to get that extra crisp on it. So all that toasted Parmesan is going to be so good. And the bottom is so creamy. You guys can see all that cheese. This is going to be delicious. I did heat up some rolls. These are the Texas Roads frozen rolls that rise and then you bake them. So I cooked those. And I'm going to serve it with a side salad. This is the Taylor Farms Everything Chopped Salad. It is so good. If you guys like the everything but the bagel seasoning, you'll definitely like this salad. And it has little bagel chips in it too instead of croutons. It's really good. How good that is, and cheesy. I convinced Josh to do a taste test with me after a while. It took me a while to convince him. He says he's not camera ready, but look at that face. You're always camera ready. See? You know you are. Okay.
Look how pretty this is, though. It looks like you arranged the cheese like by hand. Like, did you individually stack the cheese?
Yeah, I did.
It looks like it. That looks like art, like a sculpture.
Only for your plate, though, not for mine. I want to make sure you have the good stuff. When you take a bite, you gotta get.
It's the Great Tower of Cheese.
Oh yes. Ooh, comment down below if you know what movie that's from. Okay, make sure to get all the bits in one bite. Oh, that's too big. I always take too big of bites on camera and then I can't talk. Okay, you ready?
Get it all.
Here's my bite. Look at all that goodness in there. Just kind of got to scoop.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, you are.
Come on, baby.
Okay, yep, that's good.
I didn't have a noodle.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's underneath.
There
we go.
There
Ready?
Right.
Cheersies. Mmm. Mmm. That's good. There's like so much different flavors in there. The goat cheese is obviously, that's like the top flavor just because it's very strong. But so is the bacon too.
Yeah.
I
It
used
was bacon. That's not a bad thing.
I used applewood smoked bacon because I know that you like that kind usually, right? Well, you like sweet bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, this would have been good with the maple bacon. If you guys have ever had the maple bacon from, I believe it's Jimmy Dean. No, Black Label. Black Label. They make a maple bacon. That actually would have been good in here mixed with the pumpkin. I don't taste pumpkin very much. I don't taste the pumpkin very much. So if you want more of a pumpkin taste in the cream sauce, I know.
It's not even orange. It's white. It's only orange.
It was.
It's tan or golden. The cheese is golden. That's it.
It was. The crispy Parmesan.
Yeah.
It did not say to use Parmesan, but on the top, instead of using grated Parmesan, use shredded Parmesan if you have it on hand.
Make sure you stack each shred by hand.
Stop. But once you get it toasted, it just adds even more flavor. I would definitely make this again. Absolutely. Maybe the pumpkin just adds the creaminess more than flavor. If you guys want more pumpkin, add more. But it definitely, I think, adds a creaminess to it. Or, like I said earlier, if you don't like pumpkin at all, don't even add it. It's still delicious. Oh, it's really good. Do you like it, Ronan? Ronan hasn't even tried it. He's... Okay, I'm gonna go eat now. Bye! The dough sat in the fridge for 30 minutes, so it's now done. As I was reading the instructions on the next steps, I realized I made a whoopsie again. Every cooking video or baking video, I forget something. Last time, if you guys saw last time's video, I added double the butter. This time, I forgot to add the sugar. Forgot to add the sugar with the melted butter and the brown sugar. So I added the brown sugar. So now, even though the dough is chilled, I'm gonna go ahead and mix sugar in there, just so that they don't taste like cardboard. So I wanted to include this though, because some of you may have noticed I missed it or whatever. I'm just gonna keep it real, like I always say, because that's what I always do here on my channel. So I'm gonna hope that this like salvages it and makes it okay. Next, you're going to roll the dough into balls. It says about 1.5 tablespoons of dough. Then you're gonna roll it into cinnamon sugar and place on a baking sheet with parchment paper or these silicone baking mats, which are my favorite thing to have. It helps cookies or pastries not stick to the pan. Even though parchment paper is supposed to help with that, these just work so much better, and it's really easy cleanup too. And now it says to slightly flatten each one. So I'm just going to use my hand. Then these go into the oven, 350 degrees for 11 to 12 minutes. And then they need to remain on the pan for 10 minutes out of the oven. Cookies are done. They definitely do not look like the picture on the recipe. Maybe I forgot more stuff. No, I think I just forgot the sugar. I think I got everything else. I'm excited to try them. Ready? Cheers. They're good. Kind of cakey. Cakey.
Yeah, it's almost like a pumpkin bread, even more than a cookie. Although they look like a cookie. It's like pumpkin bread on the inside.
Yeah.
Definitely tastes like fall.
Does taste like fall. Very like cinnamony. It does have the pumpkin pie spice. They're good, but not my favorite thing. That pumpkin cobbler, the last video, I'm gonna link it down below if you guys missed it, or if you're new here. We made a pumpkin cobbler a few weeks ago. Still dreaming about that. That is so good.
These are good if you like pumpkin bread, especially. These are good.
Yeah. It wasn't what I was thinking of as a pumpkin snickerdoodle. Like, this didn't turn out. It could have been me though. I could have done something else wrong.
No,
It's good though.
This is not a snickerdoodle.
Mm-mm.
by no one's definition. No matter how much you mess this up, that's not a snickerdoodle. This is like a spiced cookie, I guess.
Yeah. Not like a
Snickerdoodle,
snickerdoodle.
no.
It's not even like a sugar cookie texture either. Still good, but not my favorite. Still gonna eat them though. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. Now I have a ton of dishes to do. Yay for me. If you're new here, please consider hitting that red subscribe button and joining my growing YouTube family. I am a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids. I also have 4 dogs, which you might have seen in the background or at least heard them because every time I'm filming, they're around making noise. Here on my channel, I like to post day in the life vlogs, family vlogs, cooking videos like this one, which I do have a few more planned very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. I also like to share cleaning motivation, shopping hauls, grocery hauls, meal plans, a lot of lifestyle content. So if that is something that you like to see, please join our growing YouTube family here. Let me know in the comments down below if you try either of these recipes or if you tried any recipes from the previous video. I would like to know how they turned out for you and if you and your family liked them. I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye.